Good evening, I'm Shehab Khan. A man who died after a double stabbing in Hackney on Saturday has been named as Trey Daly. He and another man brought themselves to hospital with stab wounds in the early hours of the morning. The other man has since been discharged. Police believe the incident happened near the Colour Factory nightclub in Queen's Yard and are appealing for witnesses. Workers at Heathrow will vote on whether to strike in a dispute over pay. Unite Union says more than 3,000 of its members who work as security guards, engineers and firefighters will take part in the ballot. Workers have already rejected a 10% pay increase, which the union says is actually a pay cut due to inflation. When human rights lawyer Freya Morgan heard that 1/3 of people in immigration detention centres are on suicide watch, she wanted to do something to help. She's running 2,500 kilometres by June to raise money to get legal representation for those in immigration detention, and she's doing it dressed as a disco ball. Callum Watkinson went to meet her.
Known perhaps inevitably as the human disco ball, Freya Morgan is shimmering her way towards a £120,000 fundraising goal for a charity that wants to end immigration detention in the UK. The money will fund a new legal advisor. Freya, obvious question first. Why a disco ball?
Everyone loves a disco ball. It gets everyone going. They love it. It gets them dancing, gets them running. And it's just something a bit different.
But she says there is a serious need for the kind of advisor her efforts will pay for.
The work they do is essential. It saves lives. They visit detention centres, they visit refugees, asylum seekers, migrants. They give them that essential support. And I was really shocked to learn about the conditions and the experiences of asylum seekers and refugees. And I just wanted to do something to help.
Her aim is 2,500 kilometres by the summer. And the charity she is doing it for say it is not a stretch to say many claimants fail or are unfairly detained for lack of legal advice.
They need advice, they need to understand what rights they have, and they need to understand how to prepare their cases so that they get a fair hearing, and many don't get that hearing.
Freya's friend Aaron is working with her on the campaign. His experience as a refugee to Canada taught him how daunting an asylum claim can be.
The legal language is complicated, especially when your life is on the line. It is especially important that it is accessible, and we want to make sure that people know that there is support available for them.
Funders can follow Freya's progress online. She'll run the final 200 kilometres non-stop from Bristol to London in June. Callum Watkinson, ITV News.
Brentford Football Club say striker Ivan Toney faced online racist abuse following his equaliser against Arsenal yesterday. In a statement, the club said they were disgusted and saddened and will investigate the incidents. Now, let's take a look at today's sport.
Zero Accounting Software sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
In the Women's Super League, Tottenham lost 2-1 to Manchester United. Ia Galton opened the scoring for the Reds, with Tottenham's new signing, Bethany England, equalising shortly after. But it was heartbreak in the end for the London side after an own goal from Molly Bartrip sealed victory for United. It was also the start of the Netball Super League season this weekend. Sisters and players Kadeen and Sasha Corbin say they hope the sport's popularity will grow this season.
Everyone should watch netball just because it's exciting, it's competitive, it's different from other sports.
It's an exciting game. We're strong, we're powerful, we work hard, we train hard. It's so fast, skillful, everything that you want in a game, and you just don't know, you can't call it.
Now, here's Helen Plint with the weather.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello again, a very good evening to you. We've been battling that stubborn cloud for much of the weekend, and finally, as we approach the new working week, wouldn't you know, it will lift and break. So we'll get some decent sunshine making a return, again staying remarkably mild for the time of year as well. And it's only later in the week when things then start to turn unsettled yet again. So high pressure very much in the driving seat again. As you can see, it does drift off towards the east, so a fair bit of cloud stuck underneath it for now. But as we introduce that southerly airflow, it's this which helps that cloud peel away over the next 24 hours. And of course, the southerly airflow is also helping our temperatures. So minimums tonight hovering around that mid-single figure mark. Again, plenty of cloud just sticking around for now, but that will tend to clear into the early hours of the morning. And as it does so, it may just allow a couple of pockets of mist and fog to develop with those light winds towards southern and eastern spots first thing tomorrow morning. So here, a little bit nippy first thing, but generally it's a much brighter day, and already you can see quite quickly that cloud starting to shuffle off towards the north. So a little bit breezier across the board, yes, but of course that's the payoff for those brighter skies staying clear and blue right the way through into the afternoon. And of course that will help our temperatures and how things feel generally too. So 11 or 12 degrees later, certainly not a bad way to start the new working week. Very similar story on Tuesday. So again, pretty settled. But thereafter, well, you can see the seeds of change here. These frontal systems start to push in from the west. They'll be relatively benign for a time, but certainly by Thursday, we are looking at some damper spells coming through.
Ballot sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
And that is all for now. Have a great evening.